Chosen one, take a moment to pause and listen closely. Your presence here is anything but random. It is part of a greater design, a moment specifically prepared for you. I am ready to reveal something that could alter your understanding of your own life. A demon was unleashed with the sole purpose of annihilating your light, seeking to extinguish your essence and erase you from existence. Yet, what unfolded surprised even the darkest forces. It did not just encounter you, but was profoundly transformed by your presence. This meeting was not happenstance. It was your radiant light that disarmed and unsettled it. While it anticipated fear, hatred, or fury, it found something entirely different. An unyielding force that could not be twisted or subdued. Your essence illuminates the truth, reshaping all that it touches, and that is what distinguishes you. From the moment this dark presence crossed paths with you, everything shifted. Not only for it, but for you, and for the spiritual equilibrium around us. This tale extends beyond what you have faced. It speaks to the cosmic effect of your existence. Do not underestimate the significance of what is unfolding. Your actions reached beyond physical realities, touching forces that operate on much grander scales. Listen closely. This message mirrors your very being and the profound importance of what you hold within. You are not here to hide or merely survive. You have arrived to make a difference, to transform, to remind even the darkest entities that there exists a light which cannot be extinguished. This revelation goes beyond your understanding of what has transpired. It is about realizing the magnitude of your mission and the unwavering strength you possess. Even if you have yet to realize it, you must absorb every word in this message until the end, as it is designed to awaken you to what you inherently know, but have not completely comprehended. It is time to acknowledge your strength and your purpose. Do not take lightly the aftermath of your encounter with this being. What was intended to be a hunt, a calculated destruction, flipped into utter disarray. Your presence infused an energy it could not fathom. What you represented was not mere defiance. It was confirmation of something much greater than itself. For the first time, it faced someone who remained calm amidst darkness. Your quiet resolve unnerved it. It had toppled many before you, who all succumbed to fear, chaos, or manipulation. But you stood unchanged, embodying a tranquility it had never witnessed. Your resilience wasn't just an act of resistance, it was an affirmation of a truth so profound that it disarmed all its prior strategies. This encounter marked the beginning of a transformation, not just for it and you, but for the entire universe. When light clashes with darkness, the cosmos pivots. You may not see it, but your very existence, the way you confront adversities, sets off ripples that impact your surroundings. Your choices, your posture, not only destabilized a dark entity but also served as a beacon for others, demonstrating that it is entirely possible to stand strong without sacrificing your essence. This turning point transcends conventional human understanding. Now, the demon can no longer deny its reality. It aimed to obliterate you but found itself being reshaped. Although the realization did not strike instantaneously, the transformation commenced the moment it recognized its tactics were failing. With your firm presence, the control it so desperately clung to began to erode, creating space for emotions it had never anticipated. Admiration for you. It became evident that your strength represented something more than physical power. It was an internal, unyielding flame, an essence it had never encountered during its wrathful hunts. This realization became a challenge to everything it thought it understood. In its attempts to break you through manipulative words, emotional upheaval, and illusions designed to distort your viewpoint, it intended to destabilize you and ultimately extinguish your light. What it was unaware of was that each attempt only fortified you. Instead of breaking, you stood like an insurmountable wall. Your truth and calm alignment were unwavering. This bewildered and angered the demon. It shattered its illusions of control. Unlike its previous victims, you saw through the darkness it projected, addressing its core with an insight it had never experienced. In you, it confronted its own fears and blemishes. This exchange is more significant than either you or it could ever truly grasp. The vibrations of this encounter reverberated across dimensions invisible to the naked eye. Your existence and method of facing this darkness forged ripples that disturbed old patterns and fueled transformation beyond what is readily observable. Your presence inspired even the faintest witnesses, the onlookers, to realize the strength of resilience without sacrificing one's essence. This event stands as a landmark, a reminder that you are capable of more than mere survival. You were born to impact and ignite change. What was meant to be a battle for dominance baffled the demon, as it unwittingly became a student in humility. Struggling to understand, you filled it with vulnerability, an emotion foreign to its being. It began to realize that control was no longer its privilege. Oddly enough, it didn't respond with hatred. Rather, it felt a strange sense of admiration. With each failed attempt to dominate you, it was itself that was reshaped. No longer did it see you as prey, but as an entity with something powerful to share, a truth it could not extinguish. This transformation was gradual yet inevitable, reshaping its perceptions. It found itself questioning its very existence, its mission to destroy, faced with your unwavering spirit. As it battled internally, confronting its identity, the demon started recognizing the duality of its nature. Your presence showed that there lies a choice. There are alternatives even for beings steeped in darkness. While the process was painful for it, it became essential. What had once been certainty faded into doubt. In conclusion, your light has the power to shift even the darkest of hearts. This is a time to embrace your essence and understand that your strength is not merely for yourself, but for others too. As you continue along your journey, remember this encounter is not just a fleeting moment. It is a pivotal chapter in both your story and the story of the universe, one that beckons to be fully explored and embraced. So, Chosen One, step into your power, resonate with your truth, and continue to illuminate the world around you. Share your journey with Chosen One Sanctuary to inspire countless others who walk paths yet undefined. It felt like turmoil, yet amidst this chaos, something remarkable began to emerge. An unfamiliar sensation of freedom. For the first time, it recognized that its confinement within the roles it had always played was no longer its fate. It started to grasp the profound revelation that true strength isn't about exerting control over others, but about bravely confronting oneself. This awakening was catalyzed by your mere presence, without the need for spoken words. Your authenticity, your composed demeanor, your unwavering essence dared it to reevaluate everything it had always known. This transformation was not merely an individual affair. It rippled outward, impacting dimensions beyond comprehension. When such profound change occurs, the repercussions extend far beyond those directly involved, shifting the delicate equilibrium of light and darkness. What transpired between you and it transcended a singular encounter. Your very light illuminated its shadows, while simultaneously reweaving the spiritual tapestry that surrounded it. Don't underestimate this moment. It plays a part in a divine orchestration that is beyond human grasp. And by simply embodying your truth, you became the catalyst for this shift. Now, the demon could no longer dismiss what had transpired. It altered from a predator cloaked in darkness to a being that felt both exposed and yet hopeful. Uncertainty clouded its future, but one thing stood clear: it would never return to its former self. This metamorphosis began because you stood firm, choosing to maintain your essence in the face of the darker forces it presented. Your encounter wasn't a triumph gained through brute force or aggression. Rather, it was a transformation illuminated by truth. Even if it never fully confesses this, it's aware that it was your unwavering presence that sparked this profound journey. The echoes of this interaction resonate beyond the immediate dynamics between you and the demon, initiating changes in realms unseen. The usually subtle and invisible balance of light and darkness shifted, not through abrupt upheavals, but through a gradual unfolding, like a river charting a new course. This was no ordinary exchange. It impacted deeper dimensions of existence. Your ability to confront the shadow without surrendering to it created a rupture in the long-standing patterns that dictated the clash of these opposing forces. It was as if the cosmos was reassessing the guiding principles of interaction between light and darkness. This shift did not occur in isolation. It carried significant consequences. The transformation blossoming within the demon started opening fresh avenues for collaboration within the cosmic balance. Where once there was chaos and destruction, the landscape now teemed with potential for connection and integration. Your alignment with truth not only disarmed the demon, but also sowed seeds of change across realms. Although these seeds may appear small, they hold the power to foster something monumental. The eternal struggle between light and shadow, often marked by conflict, now harbored the possibility of mutual growth. You demonstrated that confrontation doesn't require destruction in order to effect change. Yet, that doesn't imply an end to conflict. The innate tension between light and darkness is integral to universal balance. What has evolved is the method through which this balance is restored. Your presence illustrated that light need not extinguish the darkness to prevail. Instead, it can transform it. This understanding has carved new paths for spiritual evolution for all entities involved, from humanity to the higher realms. What was previously considered fixed and immutable has now morphed into a fluid tapestry of possibilities. This essentially encapsulates the deep impact of your encounter, not merely a fleeting victory but a transformation, reconfiguring the very essence of universal dynamics. For the demon, this newfound reality felt unsettling, for it had never encountered anything like it before. Historically, it operated with predictable patterns, executing its tasks with precision, but now it confronted something that compelled it to reevaluate its existence entirely. The focus shifted from mere annihilation to the liberation of choice, territory it had never traversed previously. Although daunting, this newfound choice was ultimately freeing, enlightening it to paths previously unimagined. In this context, the calling of the Chosen One emerges with renewed clarity. Your journey is not exclusively personal. It encompasses a collective mission. The profound change you ignited reaches far beyond a single being or conflict resolution. You opened channels that were once sealed not just for the demon, but for all who grapple with the dualities of light and darkness in their lives. Your steadfastness, your authenticity, and your truth serve as a beacon for how even the bleakest adversities can be transformed into avenues for growth and development. Your essence as the Chosen One is to instigate meaningful change, not just within yourself, but within the larger landscape surrounding you. You never sought to save the demon. That was never the goal. Yet, simply by unwaveringly embodying who you are, you crafted a necessary space for it to confront its own reality. Your authentic presence and inner strength became catalysts for a transformation it could never have envisioned. This process illustrates the true essence of the Chosen One: to be an agent of change, not through forceful imposition, but through the quiet act of being. remaining resolute in chaos. You did not coerce it to change. Instead, you illuminated another possibility, and this freedom of choice is what renders the transformation authentic. This incredible ability to incite change transcends this encounter. It ripples through every aspect of life. Your unwavering peace, even amidst daunting challenges, creates a wave of inspiration that encourages others to cultivate that same resilience. It is not something you contrive. It emerges naturally because you choose to remain faithful to your essence. This fidelity to oneself doesn't merely exemplify personal strength. It acts as a reminder to those watching that true transformation must originate from within. Your light does not flicker in the presence of darkness, and that truth is paramount for all, including the demon, to acknowledge. What occurred in this encounter underscores that the role of the chosen one isn't to obliterate darkness, but to integrate it. This doesn't equate to accepting malevolence or dismissing its ramifications. Rather, it acknowledges that even in darkness, opportunities for transformation can thrive. This way of thinking is undoubtedly more challenging, demanding patience, resilience, and profound self-awareness. Yet, it is this very approach that fosters durable and meaningful change. You illustrated this unequivocally. Your steadfastness and truth not only disarmed the demon but also carved a pathway toward a new equilibrium. The mission you carry is far from simple. Confronting darkness, be it external or internal, requires more than mere bravery. It demands unwavering dedication to truth. However, such commitment is what distinguishes you. The influence you wielded in this moment reflects the difference you can bring to the wider world. Every decision you make and every time you choose light over shadow, you catalyze change that resonates beyond the visible spectrum. This is what lends your journey its profound significance. The demon, in turn, is now aware that its transformation is rooted in your unyielding nature. It sees that genuine power resides not in violence or manipulation, but in the ability to remain steadfast through upheaval. While this insight may be painful, it is liberating, as it realizes something fundamental has shifted within. This change emerged because you embraced your essence unyieldingly, enabling a metamorphosis that not only altered its being, but reaffirmed the greater mission of your existence. The intersection between you and the demon was undoubtedly serendipitous. Every moment, every dialogue, every choice is part of a much larger narrative, a divine plan that transcends easy perception. It is an intricate dance between light and shadow, a dynamic that has thrived since time eternal, destined to persist as long as equilibrium is sought. You and it were intertwined on this journey not as adversaries, but as contrasting entities that could spark something anew upon convergence. This event echoes a karmic cycle where opposing forces meet to invoke profound transformations, both individually and within the cosmic balance. In this expansive plan, your purpose is vividly illuminated. You embody the potential to rise above challenges, proving that it's possible to confront the darkest aspects without losing your integrity. More significantly, you illustrate that light doesn't need to eradicate darkness for victory to prevail. This understanding deeply influences both the dynamics of your encounter and serves as a guiding light for others tackling their internal struggles. Just as you faced the demon, others confront their own shadows. Your actions and decisions become a model for those seeking to transcend their battles. This interaction mirrors not only the universal confrontation between light and darkness, but also the personal journeys we all embark on. Everyone, at some point, grapples with parts of themselves they wish to disregard. Yet, as you faced the demon with both authenticity and fortitude, your narrative illustrates that engaging with these shadows is the foundational step toward renewal. Your presence and courage wield collective influence, motivating others not merely to withstand their struggles, but to metamorphose what once felt insurmountable. This embodies the true power of the Chosen One. You are the Chosen One, not destined to battle against shadows, but to embrace them in a way that cultivates growth and harmony. The demon, now in the midst of its transformative journey, begins to realize that its encounter with you was not merely a test for you, but also a profound lesson for itself. It was compelled to confront the very essence it had long shunned, its own vulnerability and the possibility of making choices. For the first time, it comprehends that it is not confined to the role it has always inhabited. It does not have to be solely an agent of destruction. This realization, though painful, brings forth a liberation as it starts to recognize that even beings born from shadows can forge a different path, provided they are willing to face their own truths. This transformative process, for both you and the demon, mirrors something far grander. It serves as a reminder that every encounter, every confrontation, is an opportunity for growth and evolution. You have not only altered the course of a dark being, you have demonstrated that light, when anchored in authenticity, holds the power to transform everything surrounding it. This lesson, while intensely personal, carries universal implications. It illustrates that the balance between light and shadow is not a conflict to be won, but a dance to be understood. And you, the Chosen One, play a vital role in that dance. The demon is no longer the being it once was. It has been confronted with truths that were previously hidden within its essence. It has witnessed that it is not bound to the role imposed on it, and that there are possibilities it had never dared to consider. All of this has transpired because you chose to stay true to who you are. It was not through coercion or force, but through authenticity and truth that you inspired such transformation. Its metamorphosis is not merely personal. It is evidence that balance between light and shadow can be realized. And this, dear Chosen One, is the most powerful legacy you can create. What you have accomplished was not an isolated act. It was a landmark in a far-reaching progression. You didn't just change a demon, you challenged an entire system that has perpetually operated through fear and destruction. Your very presence illuminated an alternative path, demonstrating that light does not need to fight darkness to prevail. It can integrate and transform it. This understanding extends far beyond this solitary encounter. It permeates everything you do. Every choice you make solidifies this legacy. Each action creates new possibilities for those who witness you, even when you are not aware of your impact. What you invoked in this moment is merely the inception of something profoundly greater. Your journey will persist, leading you to situations where your light will face tests, where forces will strive to divert you. However, you now possess the wisdom that arises from remaining true to your essence. You didn't merely endure this confrontation. You emerged from it stronger and more cognizant of your role and the influence your presence commands. This does not imply that challenges have vanished. It indicates that you have developed an understanding of the purpose behind each trial you encounter. You are not here to reside in shadows or adopt a defensive stance. You are here to amplify your light and to continue the uplifting transformation that is necessary. The change you inspired in the demon will not manifest overnight. It is a gradual process. And now, it faces a path it had never considered possible before. The simple fact that it is no longer the same indicates that your presence was sufficient to plant the seeds of evolution. This is the mark of the Chosen One. Not to impose change, but to create an environment where change becomes unavoidable. You have shown that even those forged for destruction can uncover an alternative when confronted with truth. A truth that arises not from force, but from clarity and integrity in the way you fulfill your mission. Now, the road ahead continues to unfold, filled with new interactions, new challenges, and fresh opportunities to broaden your impact. But one thing remains unquestionable. You are not the same as you were before. You have emerged from this encounter with deeper understanding, enriched depth, and a greater awareness of what it signifies to be a chosen one. This understanding has become an integral part of your identity, a steadfast truth that will continue to guide each step of your journey. What you choose to do from here will further shape the legacy you leave upon the world. However, despite any impending challenges, one thing is clear. Your light will constantly alter everything around you. If you have reached this point, you already grasp that this encounter transcended a mere demon attempting to harm you. It was a test, a revelation, a confirmation of the strength that resides within you. You not only endured this confrontation but transformed it, creating ripples of influence that extend beyond your own experience. Now, the crucial question looms over everything you've learned. How will you utilize this newfound knowledge from here onward? Your light has already proven capable of shifting what once seemed unchangeable. So, what steps will you take with it? This question will not only determine your future, but also the lasting impact you will have on the world around you. You are not alone in this journey. There are others like you who are facing similar trials, unearthing their power and learning to navigate the forces that seek to dim their light. Share this message. Help other chosen ones comprehend the significance of their experiences. If this narrative has resonated with you, click the button below and join Chosen One Sanctuary. Do not allow this transformation to halt here. Much more awaits revelation. Each chosen one who awakens fortifies the collective impact we are weaving together. And remember to leave the number 777 in the comments as a manifestation of your readiness for divine intervention. Continue your journey by engaging with the recommended video displayed here. Within it, you will discover more transformative messages to enrich your path. May your journey be illuminated, and may you always hold the courage to heed your instincts. Until we meet again in the next video, may the peace of God be forever with you.